Hello, all. Today I am presenting a seminar on system on chip design, and my seminar topic is hardware accelerated analysis of real-time network on chip. And as we see, a real-time network on chip must guarantee that it is able to execute a task and deliver the communication packet that they generate to destination within the specific deadline, even under the worst-case scenario. The worst case end-to-end response time means the time between the release of task on its processor and the reception of the last bit of its longest packet by the destination processor under the worst case condition. The end-to-end response time analysis, that is E2E RTA, is the mathematical approach to test whether the particular NOC, that is the network on chip, is able to guarantee the timely execution of the task and delivery packets. If the number of ports and links in the NOCs are increased, as well as the complexity of the application, that is the number of tasks and the communication flow increased, this will make the E2E RT calculation significantly harder. So to overcome this issue, we have proposed a hardware implementation of E2E RTA. That is by parallelizing the process, we reduce the amount of time required to calculate the E2E RTA, and also we have proposed the two variations of E2E RTA to provide the less tight results. And this is the system model. The timing performance of network on chip system can be evaluated by the worst case end-to-end response time analysis of its task. For a task to be schedulable on the network NOC, then E2E response time has to be less than or equal to the deadline, even under the worst case scenario. That means if even under the worst case scenario, we could able to complete the task so that the destination processor will able to receive the last packet. And this E2E RTA is divided into task response time analysis and the flow response time analysis, where the task response time analysis is the function of small ti, ci, ei, di, and ri, where ci is the worst case computation time of task I, and ti is the period of task I, pi is the priority of task I, di is the deadline of task I, and ri is the response time of task I. And similarly, flow model is the function of capital Ci, capital Ti, capital Pi, capital Di, Ji of R, Ji of I, Ri, Sid, and Sii, where capital Ci is the basic latency of flow I, and capital Ti is the period of flow I, Pa is the priority of flow I, Da is the deadline of flow I, Ji of R is the release jitter of flow I, and Ji of Ji is the interference jitter of flow I, and capital Ri is the response time of flow I. SID is the direct interference set of flow I, and SII is the indirect interference set of flow I. So this is the example of traffic flow which we have considered to calculate the E2E RTA. And in this traffic flow we have four different flows. In the flow one, both direct interference set and the indirect interference set is 5. And in flow 2, direct interference set is working on flow 1, and indirect interference set is idle, that is 5. And in flow 3, direct interference set is working on flow 2, and indirect interference set is working on flow 1. And similarly for flow 4, direct interference set is working on flow 3, and indirect interference set is working on flow 2. The problem statement here is, as we see, the highest priority task is going to execute first, and the lowest priority task is going to delay its execution. Here we have considered task 1 is the highest priority task, and task 4 is the lowest priority task. And from the diagram which we have seen, we can tell that as the priority decreases, the computation interferences is going to increase, and its execution time is also going to be increased. The complexity of E2E RTA is affected by characteristics of E2E RTA and the implementation method. Now we will see how characteristics is going to affect E2E RTA. As we know, the highest priority task is going to interrupt the lowest priority task, and the response time analysis of the task that we can calculate by Ri of n plus 1 by using the formula which is given. And similarly, the higher priority flow is going to interrupt the lower priority flow for flows transmission. And the response time can be calculated by using the RA, capital RA to the power n plus 1 by using the formula which is given. And the computation of E2E RTA is based on the iterative calculation. That means in the previous example, uh, here we can see that in task 4, the computation interrupt is increases. So if the more number of computation interrupt are there means, so more intermediate results will be there. So this is going to increase the time to calculate the end-to-end response time analysis. And in the implementation method, we have two versions of calculating the E2E RTA. One is by using the software version of E2E RTA, and the other is by using the hardware version of E2E RTA. And this is the software version of E2E RTA, and the algorithm to calculate the software version of E2E RTA is given here. In the algorithm, as we can see that the software version is not going to execute the statement parallelly. So the execution of the first statement has to complete before the execution, before starting the execution of the second statement. So to calculate the flow response time, we have to wait for the completion of the task response time here. If we do this in parallel, we can execute the task response time as well as some of the partial results for the flow response time also parallelly. So it is not going to depend on the output of the task response time. As we can see, this is the diagram. This is the block of the block for the flow response time, which we have obtained from the example which I have told initially. And the software implementation is not designed to support parallel computing. As I told, the execution is sequential. We cannot able to execute the software version of E2E RTA parallelly. So the time required to calculate the software E2E RTA by using the software method is going to increase. To overcome this issue, we have used the hardware version of the E2E RTA. And this is the hardware version of the E2E RTA. In this hardware version, the task response time analysis and the partial process of flow response time analysis can be loaded simultaneously. Here, as I told in the previous example, the flow response time has to start only after the completion of the task response time. But the sum of the partial products of the flow response time is not dependent on the output of the task response time. So simultaneously, when the task response time starts its execution, we can start the execution of some of the partial products in the flow response time. So this is going to reduce the time required to calculate the end-to-end RTA. In the hardware implementation, we could have that task and the flow response time analysis can be released at the same time. And in flow response time analysis process, the two components are like get direct interference set and the get flow basic latency can start in the meantime after they receive the result of routing algorithm. The get flow response time component will be launched when the task response time and get indirect interference and get flow basic latency components are finished. And its results and the result from the task response time analysis will be harnessed and stored. And this is the method which we have used to calculate the direct and the indirect interference set. Here, logical AND gate is used to find the direct relationship between the two flows. Here, for example, we have took the flow 4 and flow 3, and we have given the both flow 4 and flow 3 routing results into logical AND gate, and the output of AND gate will be considered as a flow 4's direct interference set. To calculate the indirect interference set, we have used the logical OR gate and the logical XOR gate. Here, the outputs of the direct interference set will be given as the input for the logical OR gate. And the output of this logical OR gate will be the input of the first input of the logical XOR gate, and the flow 4 direct interference set will be the other input for the logical XOR gate. The output of this logical XOR gate will be considered as the flow 4's indirect interference set. And this is the hardware version of the E2E RTA. In order to speed up further for calculation of the E2E RTA, we can use the two process. One is pre-check and the other one is NLP. The iterative characteristics of E2E-RTA is the barrier for improving its efficiency. To overcome this issue, we have presented a pre-check method. In the pre-check method, the workload to find the upper bound of the task response time we have done first, and then we use the lower bound to replace the original start value, which is usually 0 or C, and the results of this will reduces the fewer intermediate results, and it will shorter the computation time compared to the original response time analysis. And we have used this pre-check method in the software version of E2E-RTA and the hardware implementation of E2E-RTA to increase the efficiency of calculating the end-to-end response time analysis. And this is the assembly method which we have used to calculate the end-to-end response time analysis. In the figure A and figure C, as we see, as I told, pre-check alone cannot guarantee the calculation of response time analysis. So we have to incorporate this pre-check with the hardware implementation of E2E-RTA or the NLB to optimize the result of calculation of response time. In the figure A and figure C, the pre-check is computed with the hardware implementation of E2E-RTA or the NLB in the sequential order. For example, if pre-check alone can able to find the final response of the task or a flow, then we can skip hardware implementation of E2E-RTA or the NLB. And the testing of in the second diagram is the flow for the pre-check as well as the hardware implementation block of the E2E-RTA. Here, the testing data has to be generated, and we have to start execution the software implementation of E2E-RTA. And once the execution of software E2E-RTA is completed, we have to write this data into the hardware components, and simultaneously we have to enable the hardware components. After all tests have been finished, we have to collect the data from the hardware components, and we have to organize these results. The results are the result which we have obtained from the hardware component of the E2E-RTA will be the output, and we have to given through the UART port. And this is the example results and the experimental platform for calculating the E2E-RTA which we have used. Here we have performed the hardware implementation of E2E-RTA, P and NLB by using the experimental platform, which is an embedded system based on Xilinx VC707 developed board. The first diagram is the software. First diagram is the output of the software version of E2E-RTA, which is affected by size of NOC, number of tasks, and utilization of task and flow. The first one which is there is a size of NOC which is 3 cross 3, and the last one, the star which is represented, which is having the size of NOC 10 cross 9. As we see, the increase the number of complexity, the software version will take more number of clock cycles to compute its operation. Here the Y cycle is the number of clock cycles required to complete the computation of E2E-RTA. And similarly, the second block which is there is the is used to is the extended version of calculation of E2E-RTA for 10 cross 10 NOC. Here also the hardware version of E2E-RTA is 1000 times better, is giving the 1000 times better the results than the software version of E2E-RTA. And if you have combined this hardware version of E2E-RTA with the optimized methods such as pre-check and the NLP, we can get a better result than the hardware version of E2E-RTA. To conclude this, in this paper we have presented the hardware implementation of E2E-RTA, and also we have introduced the two optimization methods such as pre-check and the NLP, that is new lower bound. And the result of, as you see from the results, the hardware implementation of E2E-RTA is 1000 times faster than the software version of E2E-RTA. And if we have combined the components such as pre-NLB together with the hardware version of E2E-RTA, it is going to give the fast evaluation method to investigate whether a task is set to schedule on a NOC according to a given mapping. And these are the references which I have referred to read for this seminar topic. Thank you.